welcome. It's a great day for America. It's a great day for the whole world. It's a great broadcast the second time around. We just broadcast for 3 minutes and 15 seconds, and we had to shut down. And now, hopefully, you're back in time. If you're watching this delayed, what happened was we broadcast, and for some reason, I've never done this before. I've never set a live stream on YouTube for kids, but that's what YouTube thought I wanted to do, and so you guys couldn't chat. We can't have that. We cannot have that. Speaking of kids, I wanted to get going with the live stream a lot earlier today, mostly because Stephanie is tired. Stephanie, have a good sleep. And I know it's late for you guys on the East Coast. It's already coming up on 11:11. And for those of you in Europe, it's, what is it? It's like 16:11 in the middle of the night. And those of you in Australia, I believe it is Easter Sunday. So we're going to get going with the broadcast now. But the reason that we couldn't go earlier was because Kevin Lee Daughter was using the Outhouse Studios. She's been saying, I want to do this, I want to do that, but she doesn't actually do things. I know what that's like. So when she was in here, when I opened the door and I realized she was in here doing stuff, I was like, hey, I'm not going to disturb her. I want her to be productive. That's fantastic. This is what she was doing. So, you know. So I'm not going to get in the way of that. I mean, I'm not even sure what that is, but I think it has something to do with the chat snap. That's what I'm guessing. So extremely blessed. We are all extremely blessed in the world. If you haven't heard the news today, not only can we see the light at the end of the tunnel, we know what that light is, and it's a carnival with free popcorn that won't get stuck in anyone's colon. Speaking of getting stuck, the ship is freed from the Suez Canal. I don't know how it happens, but yeah, little tiny canal that they dug out to create the world's busiest shipping lane, and they keep building these cargo ships wider and wider, and there was a slight breeze, and it ran aground. So anyway, that's been cleared. That'll affect us for months, but we really won't notice it because here in America, we get everything so cheaply to begin with. Is that true? Is what true? Is that the Kevin Lee Daughter was in the Outhouse Studios? Yes. Yes, and she is beautiful. Christopher, thank you. Judges agree. One of the judges, I think, has a little bit of a crush on her. So she's coming up on her 22nd birthday. And for her 22nd birthday, for her 21st birthday, it was COVID times. So she was nothing. That was right after, like, hey, we're locking everything down, folks. So she couldn't do anything. She couldn't go out and have a drink. I bought her some alcohol. Now, this year, she's going to be fully vaccinated. She got her shot on Saturday, her second shot of the Pfizer. And I know it's late for you, Lindsay. I'm sorry. And East Coast people, again, it's her fault. The reason that we're running behind tonight is this. This had to be done. So what are you going to do? But I wanted to get this out because there's, I think, 2 Donald Trumps that I want to do, 2 Donald Trump interviews that I wanted to catch up with you folks. I've been very busy. I'm very, very impressed. I'll get to the big news in just a second. But the big news, personally, very, very impressed with how the vaccine people handled Kevin Lee Daughter on Saturday. She did not have a second appointment because she had to miss her second appointment on Friday because her work, she told 3 people at her work, 3 production assistants, hey, I can't, I'm going to be late tomorrow because I have to get the vaccine. And of course, they're all like, oh, thanks for letting us know. Yeah, no, get the vaccine. So then 7:30 in the morning, she gets a call from her work saying, hey, production says you're late. Where are you? Well, I told production yesterday. Anyway, so she ended up going in and missing her vaccine appointment. But here's what you could do. If you have your little vaccine card, let's just say this is your little vaccine card. Once you get that first one, at least in California, if you go to any pod or pretty much anywhere that's given out the first vaccines, at least in California, and I know there's other states that are like this, when she walked up, she didn't have an appointment at the big pod on Saturday morning. She walked up, she had her card in her hand, and as she approached, a guy looked at her and I was in the car, but I saw a guy look at her and just go like this and wave her in immediately. 9 minutes later, she was sitting in the recovery tent. And that was that. No appointment. They really want to get second vaccines in people's arms. So that's fantastic news. On a bigger note, speaking of being able to eat popcorn at the carnival at the end of the tunnel, it works. The vaccine really, really works. All of them. So the CDC just released today, and this is tremendous news because we had a lot of doubts about this. The CDC just released today that a study of the medical personnel who received the vaccine at the very beginning, because they were the first priority, of course, them and elderly, the medical folks who received the vaccine early on, it's now today, 3-4 months after they've been vaccinated, and the virus is not replicating in them. Not only are they not dying from the virus, and by the way, they're what you want to study. They're whom you want to study because they get exposed to the virus on a regular basis because they work in hospitals. The virus is not taking hold of them. It's not replicating. It doesn't appear as if they can spread it to someone else. We can beat this thing. Even with the new variants, just one shot gets you to 80%. 2 shots, you're looking at 90 to 95%, and nobody's dying who had the vaccine. Meanwhile, that study, thank you, LP, that study started over a year ago. And they included, this is real world data, though. This is not people in this study. This is not 35,000 per vaccine, et cetera, et cetera. This is people who work in the medical field, like LP, who have been vaccinated and now are being tested. It works. It really, really works. Did I see the stressed out CDC director today? I did. And I totally understand why she's so stressed out. Because we have our solution. We've got $1 million sitting on the table. Here you go. Here's your $1 million. Meanwhile, a third of the population is saying, don't you trick me with your dirty money, and running around without masks on. We are up 15% in terms of new cases in the last 14 days. 15% in the last... There's no reason for it. The UK variant, which is the very infectious variant, is now 25% of the cases in our country. People who are getting the vaccine, they're not getting cases. So basically 100 million Americans are out of the equation. Even with 100 million Americans, about 50 million have received both vaccinations, or the Johnson & Johnson single vaccination. Even with those 50 to 100 million people out of the equation, cases are still rising. Joe Biden went on TV today, said, hey, can we do masks just a little bit longer, everybody? Because, America, nobody wants to die, that sort of thing. We still have more than 1,000 people dying every day. And Alabama stood up and said, nope, not going to do it. We're taking away the mask mandate. Why? Like 3 weeks to a month more. That's it. That's all we need. And please, if you don't have the virus, try and get the virus. If you don't have the vaccine, try and get the vaccine, people. At Random, they haven't, a couple of things. At Random says they have not done the study on the variants. Not necessarily true. There has not been a study, but from the data that they've been collecting from the people who received the vaccines in areas where the variants are taking hold, nobody's getting it. Nobody's spreading it who's had the vaccine with anybody else who hasn't had the vaccine. So the medical workers are exposed to the variants as well. They're not getting it. It's fantastic. Johnson & Johnson has been studied on the variants, specifically in South Africa. Brazil has a study going on with variants right now, with the Brazilian variants. At Random, what happened? What's bad? At Random, I don't care what you said, that something is not right or whatever. Christopher Ryan noted today Arkansas banned healthcare for trans Americans. Why? I am still wearing my mask out in public. One of my hockey groups, my scrimmage groups, Yeah, I don't know what everyone's sorry about with at random. She's getting a dog on Wednesday. So no matter what else is happening in at random's life, she's getting a dog on Wednesday. A dog. And she's wanted a dog forever. She was griping about how slow Washington. Who cares? You're getting a dog. A dog. Send another picture. DM another picture of your dog, and I will put it up here. We all want to see Rusty with the floppy ears. That's the important part. So I showed you guys Kevin Lee daughter. We'll watch Trump in just a second. I know what I wanted to see. I wanted to share this with you guys. You guys chat amongst yourself. This is going to take me just a second to log in. Oh, crap. I just realized that if I look for this, I wanted to show you, it is Future Generations Day, I think, in the NHL, in the National Hockey League. So Edmonton is playing Toronto. The game's done already, okay? The game is done already, but they had to announce the starting lineups. They had a couple of kids doing the playing at center ice, number 31, right? So they had them doing that. Then they had a young lady, 12, 13, I don't know, 14, 15, whatever she is, looked like a teenager, sing the Canadian national anthem. And I don't know if it is because of the fantastic news of the day, the emotional release that's been happening for me today, or the fact that I was cutting onions for my salad. I started crying. It was an absolutely beautiful rendition. Now, I want to share with you, I know we've got a couple of Canadians in the room, and it's the wonderful thing about O Canada, it's an extremely easy national anthem to learn. There's 2 words. She sings these 2 words so beautifully and perfectly and gives it her own little creative zing to it. It just made me proud, not of Canada, made me proud of humanity. Here's the problem. Here's what Mr. Genius Boy didn't put things together before. I'm going to have to tell Mensa to stop writing to me. A, I don't want to pay to be a member of their organization. Like, why? B, if I pull it up, if I go to NHL.com and I pull up the national anthem, the beginning of that game, it's going to ruin the score for me. I'm going to see the score. I don't want to know the score. I want to do this broadcast, get rid of you mother puckers, and then go watch the game and do my little elliptical when I'm watching the game. This is me on the elliptical. So I can't show it to you right now. But I want to. There's got to be a way. I got to. How can I do this? How can I? I can't. Okay. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna risk it. I'm gonna squint. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna squint so I can't read, but I'm gonna see if I can figure out a way to. Hold on. This is so dumb. Oh! You know what I can do? Okay, hold on. Okay, I'm going to log in. I'm going to see if it logs me in. Okay, hold on. I don't want to see the scores. There, Monday. I got to close that. Hold on. Okay, there's the teams. Now I'm going to go to the other side of the screen. And I'm going to go... No, I don't know where the score is. Okay, I'm going to scroll up so I can see a score that I don't care about. Okay, I'm scrolling up, so I need to know where on the screen they keep the score. Oh, okay. Yeah, I can go down this way. Okay, I'm going to hold my hand like this. This is quality television. I'm looking at my monitor over on my left, by the way, and I'm trying to block myself from seeing scores. Okay, so not that. And let's do this. Okay.
Simpson with the call of this night game. But first, let the Next Gen Takeover begin.
Okay, I don't know if, I think the score's at the bottom there, but I'm going to try and block it. I don't want to see it. Give me just a second here. And okay, so it's called Next Gen. Next Gen is the night, but it's just a beautiful rendition, and I might get a copyright strike, but I want to amplify what an amazing performance she did tonight. And if you're Canadian, good. Okay, I just about saw the score there, but it was 0-0, so I know that's not correct. Okay, how do I gotta zoom forward here. Hold on. Let's go there, and okay, no, that's not it. I don't know how to make it play. Okay, so there's the announcing, and here she is.
Now we ask.
By the way, I'm going to delay this even more. A study out of the University of Toronto actually talked about why we love music so much. They did an in-depth study of our brains on music. The reason we like music is because it makes us feel. Manipulates all the limbic system up in the brain area, and your head brain, that's where the feels come from. That's why we like music. When we listen to music, it drives us, which is, kind of obvious, right? That's. But people who do not like music, psychotic. Hold on. We're going to interrupt that, and this could screw everything up, but more important than a beautiful version of the Canadian. By the way, if you have friends and family around, have them join the broadcast now. Have them crowd around you, vaccinated or not, I don't care, so they can hear this beautiful version of O Canada. Everybody watching right now in Canada, call your neighbors, bring them over. We'll watch that in a second. But first, this is Rusty. Here comes Rusty. This is the dog that at random is getting. Look at this guy. Hold on. Who's the guy? Who's he? Oh, yeah. Look at this guy. Look at that guy. Oh, he's such a gooders. Such a gooders. Thank you for that at random. Let's go back to this. Here he is. This is Rusty, the dog, and a beautiful version of the Canadian national anthem.
Would you please rise if you're able to? Remove your hats. And
by the way, there's nobody there. There's no audience at the game, but they're still going. You can hear the audience piped in. They're not there. It's all so fake, and it's terrible. I hate that the NHL does this. Especially, by the way, Toronto, of the games that I've watched, Toronto is by far the worst. This super loud cheering. Meanwhile, the camera's going back and forth, and there's nobody there. There's nobody in the rink. So stupid. But I do like the fact that they stay with the please rise if you can. Some people can't, especially if they're not there. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Canadian national anthem. Absolutely perfection. Beautiful job, young lady. I don't know how she is. I'm not cutting onions right now, but it was absolutely 100% stupendous. So kudos to her, young lady. One moment. I'm not crying. And I think that's, first off, perhaps the most beautiful rendition of O Canada I've ever heard. Gord, the lead singing, oh my God, I can't believe I can't think of their name right now. Not the Flaming Lips. Come on, guys, Canadian band. Gord, the lead singer, passed away from cancer just a couple of years ago. And now I can't remember. I can't remember the name of the band, and I'm sorry. But he did he got cancer. He toured, and he would do the version of O Canada, and of course everyone was tearing up. Tearing up. And then there's been others. For example, Joey. A gentleman with Down syndrome who worked with the Oilers. They would let him hold the microphone and sing O Canada from time to time. No, not Rush. Come on, guys. Canadian band. Who there's got to be Canadians in the audience right now. Gord, not Gord Murphy. Gord, I cannot believe. I am so embarrassed. Tragically Hip. Gord, the lead singer for the Tragically Hip, passed away from cancer Every time I hear him sing now, I lose it. Yes, at random. Thank you. Tragically hip. So I just want to sit here and just look at Rusty for the rest of the night. I think that's it. That's the best broadcast I've ever done. I don't think we have to ruin this with any Trump. Let me mute. Kevin Daughter is sending me messages, so let me mute that. And we will come back to Rusty, and we're just going to watch Rusty. Any questions for Rusty? Yes, judges. Go ahead. Rusty, who's a good boy? And it looks like Rusty might be indicating himself there. He's not saying anything. He's just sort of looking at us like, come on. See that come on look in his face? You guys, let me get in closer on Rusty for that. Right here. Look at it. See that face? He's like, come on, guys. Who's the good boy? He's the best boy. Oh, judges agree. Any more questions for Rusty? Nope. Okay, let's move on. We can go on, if you guys want to, we can go on and listen to Donald Trump. Let's see how much Donald Trump is talking here. It's a relatively quick interview. Good. Wow. So 13 minutes, it looks like he's done from 6 minutes. Oh, this is like an 8-minute interview. Here we go. What happened to his left leg? Also, Lizzie is asking, Rusty, how did you get so cute? Yeah, what happened to the left leg? You want to explain that? He was attacked by dogs, says at random, and his owners couldn't pay vet, so surrendered him to the shelter. Oh my God. That is tragic. Speaking of tragically hip. What a sad story. We're going to watch the wedding speech as well. We will watch Donald Trump at the wedding speech. I'll look that up. I haven't watched this yet. I did see the wedding speech. It's just so pathetic. Let's watch a little Trump. Remember this guy?
Let's get right to it. The rumor is that you're going to go to the border yourself. When do you plan to?
You know what? I just don't frickin' care. I'm still monetized on YouTube, so I'm not swearing. By the way, if you want to support this, we're never going to get to that. We're never going to get to the Trump interview. I don't care. I do not care about President Trump anymore. The failed one-term president who believes that he won, who tried to rig the system, who tried to get Georgia, a Republican state, to find 11,000 votes for him, to find the vote. He's so irrelevant now. Put out a statement today. I don't even care. I don't even care. I'm just so excited by the vaccine news. What this means as well. What this means is that if you've had the vaccine, we can now all get together and not worry about spreading it to each other. So get your vaccine, people.
Do that.
Well, a lot of people want me to. The Border Patrols and all of the people of ICE, if they want me there, they've asked me to go. And I really sort of feel I owe it to them. They're great people. They're doing an incredible job. It's impossible now with what...
The border people want him to go to the border. The border people. You know, the guy who spells border with an A.
They've done. The state.
Do I have a Cash App link? I sure do. Speaking of being demonetized on YouTube, Patreon, Cash App. If you have the Cash App, you can send me money there. PayPal, Venmo. If you don't have the Cash App and you live in the United States, use that link up in the corner right there, that cash.app/app LMNMMCSQ. Do that, and then the first time, if you've never used the Cash App before, the first time you use it, then they will give you $5 back. So if you send me $5 or you spend $5 on a cup of coffee, they will send that $5 back. And when you do that, I get $15 for referring you to the Cash App. So please feel free to use that link up at the top there if you haven't already registered with Cash App. I've been using it for about a year. I haven't had any problem with it whatsoever. It seems to be very secure. And the cool part is they sent me this here debit card. I now have a debit card. There we go. Visa debit. It's one of the tap cards, so I don't have to touch anything. With that debit card, I get $1 off coffees. Anywhere I go in the United States, doesn't have to be Starbucks. I just go to a coffee store. I say, I'm going to pay for this. Here's the crux of that. I haven't been to a coffee store. I just make my coffee at home. But if I did drink coffee somewhere else, but I don't. But if I did, that would be worth $1 off. Oh, you know what I should do? I should give that to Kevin Lee daughter because she does sometimes grab a coffee at a Starbucks or something like that. Hopefully, no, she goes to local places. I think she's got a friend who works at a local place. Anyway, give that to her so she'll get $1 off. But thank you very much. All of you have been so generous during this time when YouTube has demonetized me. So I really appreciate that, everybody. Let's get back to this.
In Mexico should have been left, and now they stay in the United States. And by the way, stay in and never leave. Thousands and thousands of people are coming up right now as we speak.
Yeah, so if you immigrate somewhere, sometimes you never leave. That's how immigration works sometimes.
And you're going to have millions of people pouring into our country, and it's going to destroy our country. I don't know.
It won't destroy our country. We need 6.9 million more workers in this country. There are 6.9 million vacancies. Not to say that the migrants that are coming across the border can fill all of those vacancies. And in fact, you need 3 people for every job worker because children. And in fact, the vast majority of the people being allowed to stay in the country right now are children, most of them unaccompanied minors. But we need people. We desperately need people, especially since COVID happened and especially since Trump stopped immigration last year. Just put no more green cards, no more anything. We need workers. Our economy is just chugging along, trying to get going. I think I can, but we need people to hire. 11% of our economy, 8 to 11%, is illegal immigrant workers. 8 to 11, up to 55% of our agricultural workers don't have legal status in this country. Now, here's the fun part. All of these kids that come across the border, they're not illegal. Kids automatically qualify for amnesty. Is it best for them to be with someone in their family? Yes, absolutely. Is it best for them to be back in their home country? I don't know. How desperate do you have to be to take your 12-year-old kid and say, march 1,500 bucks. 1,500 bucks. 1,500 miles. Go to the United States. Anyway, I feel sorry for the kids. But is it going to destroy the country? No, it's not going to destroy the country. Here's what I say to all of you Republicans out there. You guys are so against abortion. Hey, don't abort, young lady. Put your child up for adoption. Well, there's about 15,000 kids at the border right now just waiting to be adopted. So if you support adoption that much, maybe give it a shot with one of the brown kids. No? Not gonna? No? Just saying.
What they're doing, and they don't know what they're doing. It's a very, very dangerous situation. I'd love not to be involved. Somebody else is supposed to be doing it.
Well, Mr. President,
He can't do it. He has no power anymore. He is pathetic.
when do you think that you would go? When do you think
Oh, yeah, no, he's going to give you a straight answer. He'll give you a date.
Say
you
over
would
the
go
next
to the
couple of
border?
weeks. Over
Oh, within the next couple of weeks, I'll probably announce my healthcare plan, and then I'm gonna head down, actually into Mexico. Gonna fly down to Cancun, pick up the check for the border wall. They still owe us on that. I'm pretty sure they're gonna have that ready, and then in a very short period of time, say 2 weeks,
for the next couple of weeks, the Border Patrol wants
the next couple of weeks, a couple of weeks.
me to go. Probably over the next couple of weeks. I don't think there's a rush for
Probably.
me to go. He's supposed to go and make the decision. A very, very bad decision was stay in Mexico, where he ended that, and it's incredible. We're not getting along with Mexico any longer. You have a great president of Mexico who is.
By the way, speaking of not getting along with Mexico, Mexico just announced that they had been underrepresenting their COVID deaths by 60%. So that tells you what's going on in Mexico.
Fantastic to me. Soldiers on our border, 28,000 soldiers.
It's nonsense.
Stop people from coming in. You know, one of the big things, not
No.
only people, but drugs are pouring in at a number that we've never seen before now.
They aren't. By the way, the drugs are coming in not... very little of it comes in where there's no border fence, etc. Drugs come in through the border crossings. When they interviewed El Chapo, and by interview I mean put him on trial, there was no discussion discussion of using immigrants to bring across large amounts of drugs. It's all done in vehicles. They build boats out of it. Seriously, they can put cocaine into the fiberglass. They've been doing this for 30, 40 years. And then with a chemical process, melt it down. Dog kennels, they were doing that for a while. And tunnels. There are tunnels all over the border area, all along the border, where they don't have to go out into the middle of nowhere and wade across a river or take a raft across the Rio Grande. It's not the problem. We need to tighten up at the borders themselves. And you know what else? Maybe do something to legalize drugs so you take away the incentive. If drugs plummeted in price, the cartel gets out of the business. That's all there is to it. You take away the danger factor, problem solved. It's been done. By the way, Portugal, they legalized, decriminalized. It's not legal, but it's decriminalized the use of heroin, etc. in Portugal. And the year that they did that, they dropped from a couple of thousand heroin overdoses to 1 death by heroin overdose. It's been a couple of years. It may have increased since then. But when you legalize this sort of thing, you end up losing fewer of your own citizens. It's another topic altogether.
Stop.
Oh, yeah. And also, of course, it's coming across in Pollo Hermanos Chicken. Huge documentary that they did on that over it was like a 6-year study.
It largely, and the wall is just a few weeks away from being completed. He didn't want to complete it. It took 2.5 years to start because the Congress, the Democrats in Congress, Pelosi and everybody sued us 11 days.
That, by the way, his wall could have been finished. It's 85 miles of actual new wall. The whole 400 and some miles otherwise it was just replacement wall for barrier that was already there. And it's not a wall, it's a fence, and you can climb it if you really try. I should go down to the border and just try and climb it.
Different times. So after we won all the lawsuits we started, they should finish the wall.
Cans of jalapenos, that's true. It looks like At Random is watching 000. If you're not watching 000 on the Amazons, I am really enjoying it. At Random, what do you think? Do you recommend 000? Now, it's not even a spoiler alert. It's a show about drugs. That's all you need to know. But it's very, very well done. So, where's all the money that was allocated? That's an excellent question. There's an article in, not Politico, but ProPublica, which is a middle-of-the-road, more of a documentary-style journalism than askew one way or the other, that they ended up going from $1 billion to $3 billion on the same contract. They tripled the price, and it was the government. And when changes were made, they didn't take any bids. They just gave it right back to the same contractor. The whole thing is crooked. The whole thing was just a money push away from the veterans, away from the public, away from the military, to cronies and lackeys and people who gave Trump money. People who own construction work, people who are consultants, etc. So At Random saying very good. So if you're not watching 000, all one word, by the way, 000. If you're not watching it on the Amazons and you have Amazon Prime, check it out. It's very, very, very good.
Number one, and they should have the stay-in policy reinserted because...
So the wall could have been done by now. If he wasn't such an incompetent manager, his wall that went from 2,000 miles to 1,000 miles to about 500 miles, it could have been done. But even with that wall, there's gaps all over the place. There's places you just can't build the wall. There's places for environmental reasons you cannot build the wall. There's places for flooding reasons that the wall will not last. There's places for legal reasons because the farmers don't want it on their land. And there's places where there's a river. There's a river for half the area. And you can't build right on the banks of a river because it will tumble into the river. Erosion happens on the Rio Grande. Anyway.
Because if you don't have that, this is going to be a disaster.
They're not going to do that, Mr. President. And the truth is that the president and the vice president have no public plans to visit the border.
Okay.
And
And Biden was asked about that. He said, yeah, I don't want to go down there and make the story about me. I don't want to cause a circus down there. We know what's happening. We are taking steps to alleviate the issue, but we're not going to send kids back on the road. We're not going to kick kids out. We're not going to put them back on a raft and say, get the fuck out of our country. That's not what America is. Give us your tired, your poor, your huddled masses, and we will put them back into the river. That's not who we are.
Suspect that you will get there before they do?
Well, I'm not looking to have a race. I'm looking to get a problem solved. This is going to destroy our country. You have potentially millions of
It's not going to destroy our country.
people coming up over a fairly short period of time. And these are people that, in a large way, are not people that we want in our country.
Children? The children? By the way, the vast majority of the adults are being sent back. The border's not open. That's a complete falsehood. We are deporting tens of thousands of undocumented immigrants every month. You can't just come here and stay here.
You have criminals coming up. You have murderers, rapists, drug dealers coming up.
Yeah.
Because these countries, and I get along very well with the heads of every one of the countries, whether it's Guatemala,
Is he drunk?
Honduras, or El Salvador, or Mexico. But, they're not looking to have their finest people leave their country. But they don't mind if MS-13 leaves their country. And
Are they sending them?
But Mr. President, we have no way to vet or identify who these people are. What should the administration be doing? And by the way,
Actually, we do. We have access to all those countries' criminal records. This is universally shared amongst most developed nations.
President Obrador, by the way, criticized
President of Mexico.
the Biden administration and said, that you would engage and had a process together where you held them in Mexico. But, now the Biden administration has ended all that. Why would they do that?
Because A, it was inhumane conditions, and we can give them better conditions here. B, we're tired of paying them all of those way too many dollars to keep them in Mexico. America first. Keep that money here. And if the people are trying to be here, if they're asylum seekers here in the United States, then by international law, they should be in the United States. That's the way the asylum laws work.
Well, we had a great process, and with the president of Mexico, who's a terrific guy and a friend of mine, we had a great process, and it was a strong process, and frankly,
It was strong.
they weren't coming into Mexico by the time we really got it going, because they weren't coming in at Mexico's southern border. They weren't coming in because they knew they couldn't come into the United States. So you didn't have the problems. Now, once they say, we're letting you in, you're going to have, and they already have, if you take a look at the overtop shots or the airplane shots, we already have
The overtop shots.
thousands and thousands of people marching
The aerial photos?
up to our border.
What did he... The overtop.
Didn't have the problems. Now, once they say, we're letting you in, you're going to have, and they already have, if you take a look at the overtop shots or the airplane shots.
The overtop or the airplane shots. It's the overhead. The aerial shots, the airplane shots. If you take a look at the overtop shots or the airplane shots, the way uppy shots.
We already have
I call it uppity tupty. I was just saying to Melania the other day, I said, I don't like these uppity tuppity shots.
thousands and thousands of people marching up to our border. And we don't know who those...
I wonder if he's ever said just thousands without saying and thousands with it. I wonder if in his life he's ever said just one number without repeating that number. The tippity-toppity sky shots.
people are, and they let them in.
The satellite images, Jennifer, the spacey space shots. And I'm not talking about Kevin Spacey. You know who I don't like is that Heavenly Father.
And then there's just nothing you can do. Once they're here, you're not going to get them out. It's a very serious problem and getting worse.
Clearly, Susan Collins
Clearly.
was at the border.
She hisses a lot, by the way. That's something that Judge Juicebox does.
Senator Susan Collins, and she said that they were actually
Was she concerned? Was Senator Collins concerned or disappointed?
taunting her that from across the border. And Senator Ted Cruz said stuff very similar about what was going on the border. They were stunned, and yet the Biden.
I don't know if we're going to get the time, but we should watch that clown show. The senators down at the border, where they complain that we're not getting enough homemade meth anymore, that Mexico's doing meth so much better than we are. Again, that goes back to the documentary. I think it's on Netflix called Breaking Bad. You guys should watch. It's visually stunning. Especially they do a lot of great camera work with it, especially the tippity top shots.
Biden administration doesn't seem to even want to go there or.
Watch Ted Cruz here. So Susan Collins is talking. She's the one wearing this mask right here. Ted Cruz, because a woman's talking, he's paying no attention whatsoever. Watch him. Watch his eyes.
That from across the border. And Senator Ted Cruz said stuff very similar about what was going on the border. They were stunned, and yet the Biden administration doesn't seem to even want to go there or resolve the problem. They cut all the funding for the wall. What is
just no interest. Just where's the camera? Where's the camera? What else is going on? Yeah, I'm going to talk. I'm going to be very earnest. I'm going to quote the Princess Bride. You'll see.
What's going to happen with those contracts of the, for the wall and the subterranean connections and the lights? If Biden stopped all those contracts, do we still pay for them?
Trump does not know the answer to this for two reasons. Number one, he's not in power anymore. He lost. He's a big loser. Number two, he's never paid a contractor. We've
paid for it already. The contracts are completed. The wall should be completed by.
LP, Jennifer says him and his AR to protect his family from gangs. Yeah, the gangs after a national disaster that are going to be trolling the neighborhoods, destroying the suburbs. By the way, still waiting for my soup cans. LP says very perceptive, Kev. Then she says something else. I don't know. Who cares? Chicks, right?
By now, if he stopped it almost on his first day. He stopped construction of the wall.
I'll be sleeping alone tonight, by the way. Just so you know. Joanna has something to add to that as well. Whatever.
Yes.
And this is a wall that look, we built almost 500 miles of wall, and it's new wall. They like to say it's renovated wall. We took wall down.
It is. You're just replacing existing barriers.
And then we built new wall. So when we take wall down, we build new wall. They like
bollard fence. It's a bollard fence. It's not a wall.
Like to say it's a renovation. It's not. This is new, really the top of the line. It's technologically advanced, like you wouldn't believe, with the wires, and we're hooked up for drones. We're hooked up for everything, and this is great stuff. And they stopped construction. And so we have some open areas. We had to leave certain areas to get everything back in as we completed it. And they didn't finish it up. It was just a very simple thing to do. It would have taken a very short period of time. And so you have gaps. Now,
just so you know about the border wall. Let's see. Is this the? Yeah, here's Trump talking about what to do if someone puts a wall in front of you. Let me turn down the desktop audio before I do this so I don't blast you. I think this one's kind of loud. This is President Trump before he was president talking about what to do if you encounter a wall.
Never, ever give up. Don't give up. Don't allow it to happen. If there's a concrete wall in front of you, go through it, go over it, go around it, but get to the other side of that wall. Never, ever give up.
There you go, immigrants. Get on out there. If there's a concrete wall in front of you, go through it, go over it, go around it. Get to the other side of that wall. God, he's so inspiring to the migrants of today. That's why, I think more than anything, that's why the kids are coming. That speech was #1 on El Salvadorian iTunes for weeks, right up until the election.
Cover the gaps easily with the Border Patrol, but you don't even have to do that.
So they're all complaining about the gaps in the wall because the wall wasn't finished. Just listen to Trump.
Areas to get everything back in as we completed it.
Yeah.
And they didn't finish it up. It was just
No.
a very simple thing to do. It would have taken a very short period of time.
Uh-huh.
And so you have gaps. Now, they cover the gaps easily with the Border Patrol.
Problem solved. There's gaps in the border wall, but they cover it very easily. Okay, great. I think we're done here.
But you don't even have to do that. They should
No?
finish the wall immediately, and that has to be #1. Stay in Mexico policy has to get reenacted, which isn't that easy anymore because now
But you know what? They cover that with the Border Patrol very easily. So easily, like no one's ever seen before.
Mexico's angry at us. Now the other countries are not respecting us, and now you can go a step even further and bigger.
Oh, yeah?
China has never spoken to me the way they spoke to our representatives a week
Right.
ago. I've
Uh-huh.
never seen anything like it, and I just
So China that placed tariffs on American products, China that canceled the deal that you penned with them before the ink was even dry. Sharpie ink, it takes about 2 minutes to dry. That China, because they're speaking to the Secretary of State in a mean way.
just heard on your show and other shows, and I read constantly what's going on with North Korea, and now the United States wants China's help.
He doesn't even know what a ballistic missile is. So no, he doesn't understand what's going on with North Korea. People are all worried that what happens if Trump owes somebody a bunch of money and they get state secrets from him. He doesn't understand anything. Okay, I know I owe you $400 million, but hear me out. I can tell you guys about the hypersonic missiles.
With North Korea, but we're not getting along with China, and for stupid reasons. I've never seen.
Okay, well, hold on a second here. 3 months ago, it's Biden is China's puppet. Today, it's we're not getting along with China. It's like a ventriloquist dummy who bites the hand. Pick a lane.
China disrespect this country like they did last week.
Okay, but remember how they control Biden? Remember how he belongs to China? So how does that make any sense? It doesn't. Oh, they tuned out. There's only one judge left right now.
All right. Well, Mr. President, I know that your time is valuable. I just want to get a sense. Do you think you'll go next week?
I just want to know, does he try and hang around? It looks like she's trying to get rid of him now. She's got nothing else to talk about. All right. Well, I know your time is limited.
Or
I don't know why he sounds like Gord from Canada now.
the week after?
Well, I don't want to set a schedule, but over the
She's been trying to. This is now the 4th time at least that she's tried to pin him down on when are you going to the border. Secondly, who the fuck cares?
next few weeks, I guess I'll go, and I'm not sure that I really.
Wow, what did he say that was so funny? I'm gonna guess nothing. Let's just watch though. Let's watch.
All right. Well, Mr. President, I know that your time is valuable. I just want to get a sense. Do you think you'll go next week or the week after?
Well, I don't want to set a schedule, but over the next few weeks, I guess I'll go, and I'm not sure that I really.
Over the next few weeks, I guess he'll go. Did you guys hear that? Over the next guys, I was just one of you up there, Guy. I don't know the judges' names. I don't bother, right? Guy, did you hear that? You could hear that? No, I know your name. What does it rhyme with? Over the next few weeks, he might go. Well, he's got a career in stand-up. Over the next few, I gotta watch this again. This is like a Bo Burnham song. I could watch it over and over again. Here it is. You know what it is? It's the timing. Just listen.
All right. Well, Mr. President,
Yeah.
I know that your time is valuable. I just want to get a sense. Do you think you'll go next week or the week after?
Yeah.
Well, I don't want to set a schedule, but over the next few weeks, I guess I'll go. And I'm not sure that I really should do it, Janine.
That's called a comedy callback right there. I don't get it.
Than the fact that I have such respect for the Border Patrol and for ICE, and these people, they're
wonderful.
dying for leadership. There's no leadership. You have to see the squalor, the children, and frankly, people that have come in to the country. When you look at what's happened.
Did he just do an Anne Frank reference there? With the squalor of the children living in cramped conditions? I don't think he's capable of that. But if he did, the man is a genius.
The dirt and the filth of those places. That's why they're not letting the press in.
Go back to Judge Janine. Pause for laughter. The dirt and the filth. Did you hear that? Oh, this guy's a comedy legend.
Sad.
And frankly, if
Sad.
that
Oh,
were
sorry.
me-
We're sad now. We're sad. We're sad because children are separated from their parents and they're living in crowded conditions. So sad. So sad. That never happened under President Trump. By the way, almost 500 orphans. Still, 500 orphans separated from their families by President Trump. Still don't know where their parents are. 500 of them.
The press would be going crazy. It's a very dangerous situation.
would.
It's horrible for our country. They're
right.
going to destroy our country.
Okay.
President-
Okay.
All right, President Trump, thank you so much for being with us. I know your time is valuable. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you very
still
much,
ahead,
Janine.
Peter Navarro, Leo Terrell.
It's not valuable. He's doing nothing. His time is valuable. Yeah, he's doing the wedding circuit. Let's find the wedding circuit stuff, guys. I know I have it here somewhere. We can find it. Let me pull up Twitter, and somebody will have shared it on the Twitter. We'll search for Trump wedding. What I can't believe is that oh, here we go. Okay, so we'll watch this because this is great, but we'll watch this after this. So hold on. That's my friend Blair Erskine right there. Let's go. There's Rusty. Let's just stay on Rusty. Let's do this. Let's go home. Let's go Trump wedding. And Blair comes up first. We're gonna watch her in a second. This was on TMZ, so we'll go to the Daily Beast. There'll be a link to TMZ, and we'll watch that on the TMZs.
You know, I turned off the news. I get all these flash reports, and they're telling me about the border. They're telling me about China.
Oh my God, that's annoying. This background that TMZ has got going on. Hold on, we'll get rid of that. We can make this happen. We'll do this, and we'll do this, and give me. I don't know if I can fix it. I don't know if I can actually make it go away. I don't think I can. Hold on. I can. It's just going to take some doing here. Just close your eyes.
They're telling me about Iran. How are we doing with Iran? How do you like that? Well, they were ready to make a deal. They would have done anything. They would have done it.
God, I wish I was at that wedding. I would have come up behind him in the collar, just grabbed him, pushed him out.
And this guy goes and drops the sanctions, and then he says, we'd like to negotiate now. We're not dealing with the United States. They don't want to deal with that.
What a great Iranian accent. We're not dealing with the United States. The United States.
And China, the same thing. They never treated us that way, right? You saw what happened a few days ago. It was terrible. And the border's not good. The border is the worst anybody's ever seen it.
No.
And what you see now, multiply it times 10, Jim. You would know how to handle it. He's the
Come
only
on,
one I
Jim.
know that might handle.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jim. Huh? Jim. Is that the groom?
The border tougher than me. But we have to, and the tough is in the most humanitarian way, because that's what it is.
Anyway, so what else is going on? What else is going on? Great to be here, by the way.
What's happening to the kids?
You guys ever eat airplane food? What is the deal with airplane food?
They're living in squalor. They are living like nobody has ever seen anybody. There's never been anything like what's, and you're gonna have hundreds.
He's killing it with the tagline. Never been anything like it. It's living in squalor. It's never been anything like it. We're gonna have lots of immigrants. It's gonna never been anything like it.
You have it now. They have the airplane photos, the shop.
Airplane photos. There's the airplane photos. Their way top photos is what they're called. Way tops. You take a look at their way tops. You take a look at the uppity tuppities.
And they call them shops. And these things are.
They call them shots. What? Why does he not know the phrase aerial photographs? How come from the high tippity tops? They call them shots. Do they? They call the pictures shots, do they? Hold on.
They're living in school.
He's such a fucking moron. Oh my God. People who elected this guy, do you not see now? They call them uppity tuppities. They're called shots or photos taken by photogers.
Squalor. They are living like nobody has ever seen anybody. There's never been anything like what's, and you're gonna have hundreds, and you have it now. They have the airplane photos, the shops, and they call them shops. And these.
They call them shots. They call the airplane photos shots. That's what they're called.
These things are showing thousands and thousands of people coming up from.
I am almost crying for a second time during this broadcast, but it's from laughter. I'll be back.
South America, and it's going to be, it's just, look, it's a disaster. It's a humanitarian disaster from their standpoint, and it's going to destroy the country. And frankly, the country can't afford it because you're talking about massive and just incredibly massive.
Anyway, happy life to the best of you. All of you, really, you're great. You guys are going to be so happy together. But have I talked about monetary policy? Did we cover monetary policy?
Amounts, our school systems,
Let me tell you about Antifa.
our hospital systems, everything. So it's a rough thing, and I just say, do you miss me yet?
Anyway, I just thought I'd drop into your wedding to make it all about me. Do you miss me? Oh yeah, congratulations or whatever to the bride and the whatever the other guy.
As we were saying, we did get 75 million votes. Nobody's ever gotten that. They said, get 66 million votes, sir.
They were wrong.
And the election's over. Well, I got 75
They were very, very, very wrong. Whoever they are.
million, and they said, but you know,
He got 74 million.
so what happened? 10:30 in the evening, all of a sudden they said, that's a strange thing. Why are they closing up certain places, right?
What? Who is saying this? Who is the they that are so stupid? Why do you listen to them?
Now, a lot of things happening right now. I just want to say it's an honor to be
A lot of things are happening right now, by the way.
here. It's an honor to have you at Mar-a-Lago. You are a great and beautiful couple. And for many, many years, enjoy your
Great and beautiful. But do you miss me yet?
special, have fun.
Okay. Now for the bride from the wedding day, she's there. She posted this video. It's kind of cute. So here's the bride from the wedding at which Trump spoke.
Crazy start in my life. I just got married. And right now, do you hear Donald Trump is speaking at our wedding reception right now. And we don't know why, but it's so cool. So like when we were booking the place, they were like, do you want a band or a DJ? And like the band was like an 80s cover band and the DJ was Don Jr. And we were like, we don't want that, you know? And they were like, we understand. But we didn't know that we didn't know his dad would be coming. So he just shows up and he was like, listen, I've got all this material that I can't work out on Twitter right now because I told a bunch of people to Mike Pence, can I do like a top 5 at your wedding reception? And we were like, sure, like we can't pay you. And he was like, exposure's fine. And he is so
Exposure's fine.
funny, baby. Isn't he fun? He's so funny. He was like, you know, they tell me about China, they tell me about Iran, and then we were like, you ran where? What was that one joke you did, baby, that was like, yeah, it was like, so what if I did an insurrection? Joe Biden's just jealous that he can't get one, an insurrection. So it's like it's got layers. But I think the best part of the whole night was he stepped in for the father-daughter dance, which is really cool because, like, you know, my dad is his biggest fan, and it was really special for me to get to see them dance to Butterfly Kisses. Hey, everybody, make sure you have a mask and set it on fire. We're about to do our exit photos. It'll look pretty in the picture. Is that him? Is he okay? No, is he okay? Well, because he's just staring at the pool right now. Is he okay?
That's great. She's great. She's wonderful. Yeah, what are we looking at right now? Yep, that was an hour. Everybody on the East Coast, go to bed, go sleeps. Everybody on the West Coast, start watching 000, and we'll talk about that later. So I am on episode 9. I have one more episode to go. So your job tonight is to watch the first 9 episodes, and then tomorrow you can tune in, and I'll ruin episode 10 for you. By the way, whatever happened to Sarah Cooper? I haven't heard from her in a little while. I cannot wait to get a haircut, kids. I cannot wait to get a haircut. Okay, I think that's about it. I have to watch a hockey game and do a little more ellipticals. I'm down. Let's do the credits, and we'll come back after the credits, and we'll talk a little bit more about the personal stuff. Guys, my name's Kevin Lee Father. Thank you for supporting me. YouTube has demonetized me. Still waiting to hear. March 4th, I applied again for monetization. It's now almost a month later, and still no word from YouTube. I am harmful, and if you appreciate my harm, join up on Patreon, kevinleefather.com, Cash App, PayPal, Venmo. Every little dollar helps. I appreciate it. Maybe they'll pay for my haircut at some point. Or go to the Cash App up there. If you don't have the Cash App and you live in the United States, use that code and send me $5. You'll get $5 back, and then I'll get $15 on top of that. So I'm going to go to the commercials and the commercials for you people. And after the credits, we'll come right back and we'll talk just a little bit more. And I want to hear from you people. Actually, I might just say on the broadcast in that case. No, here we go. Closing credits.
He said. So I guess.
Kevin, thanks for that.
And we're back. Asen just posted. He didn't just post this. I just noticed this. I want to see what this is. So let's watch this together.
That Dr. Deborah Birx knows.
So this is 2 clips according to Asen. Let's watch. Let's watch together.
That Dr. Deborah Birx is the worst. Wow. What horrible hands you're in, Pelosi said.
Talking about Dr. Scarf, that was Pelosi back on the 31st of when? From July 31st, according to this Pelosi.
Pelosi said. So I guess if you don't preen for the cameras and pose for People magazine, Pelosi trashes you. What about that? Why didn't she resign? Because she started believing her own press, that's why. And she loved exercising unelected power. That Dr.
Yeah. Now they hate Dr. Scarf. Back then they're defending her because she wouldn't take the spotlight. Now they hate her. Yeah, that makes sense. Let's see what else has been going on.
We have bigger, but right now the Christians, we have bigger issues to focus on, which is going to be the resurrection, the Passion of the Christ, and the resurrection on Sunday. So little Nas, what that we're not.
I don't care about the shoes, about the Satan shoes or whatever. I do not care. Let's listen to what I can't play this clip. It's a clip from Mehdi Hassan, he was guest hosting tonight, and I can't play what he says about Stephen Miller because I just can't. I can't even. Let's see if there's anything else that we want to catch up on there. They're talking about Satan shoes and something called Little Nas or Lil Nas. I don't. 2 clips. Let's see if there's anything else in here.
Threaten her? The president of the United Did he threaten her? The president of the United States? Did he threaten her?
Oh, I guess she was just caught doing something to her face there. I don't know. Here's Aaron Rupar.
Who were, just a few minutes ago, there were multiple smugglers on the other side who were shining flashlights at us, who were yelling at us, who were taunting us, I think they probably assumed we were Border Patrol, but they routinely taunt the Border Patrol. Just a
idiots. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. Oh, he retweeted me earlier. Yeah, I guess we're still doing this. How the effort to cancel books resembles communist China with a Dr. Seuss picture. Like, what? There are other things that are happening right now in the world. But for whatever reason, well, because it's just a lie, on the right, he was pointing to Cancun, says Lizzie Dog. On the right, the government canceled Dr. Seuss, which is not the case at all. The publisher decided to not print 5 books anymore that had racial overtones to them. Like, nobody in the government made that happen. Nobody. It was not censorship. It was the publisher deciding, we don't want to sell these anymore. By the way, 5 books that you probably haven't heard of. Mulberry Street might be one of the exceptions. That was pretty popular when I was a kid. I think that's the one where there's a Chinese delivery guy, and he's called the Chinaman, and he's yellow in the book. I remember that. I remember that going, why are people yellow? I know some Asians. They're not yellow. So how's everybody doing, by the way? Judges are doing... Oh, you're leaving? Okay, thank you. Thanks for hanging around. We appreciate it, Guy. What is his name? So this morning, after playing quite a bit of netsing over the weekend, tennis for you Americans, I weighed myself this morning. I have gone from 198 at the beginning of this year. I've been heavier than that. I've been up to 205. I've gone from 198 down to, today I was 172.2, and 172 is the lightest I can remember being since college. Very happy with that. Why? Because you guys have inspired me. Because you're like, I'm not going to watch unless you're eating salad out of a big yellow bowl, Kevin. I hear you. And I obey. His name is Guy. Oh, no, it's Guy. He's French-Canadian. Oh, okay. Yeah, I almost pronounced it Guy. How's everybody else? You need me to inspire you? Here's what I did. I hate it. I don't like being hungry. I eat at least 1 salad a day, and I make the salad interesting. I buy the pre-bought salads, and I use whatever dressing they've got. I put it in a big bowl so I can eat my fill. I don't eat the entire salad. I have. I throw a little protein in there, like some chicken or whatever. I dress it up with a pepper. I put olives in there. The vegetables that I actually like, onions, chop them up, put them in there, green onions. Get that all together so that it tastes good to me. If it tastes good, I'll eat it. Then, when I am, for example, I'm going to go watch the hockey game. And by the way, if you're still hanging around, thank you, nobody, for spoiling the spoilers game. So I can't believe I managed to do that, to show you guys the national anthem without ruining the score for me, because I always ruin the score somehow. I'll pull up Twitter and it'll be some hockey fan saying, wow, the Leafs really gave it to the, So I'm very happy about that. It's just been a great day. Yeah, you can't eat ice cream. You have to find fat content that you feel full on, but you have to eat very slowly. So if you get a pizza, eat 1 slice of the pizza. That's fine. And then exercise like hell. If this wasn't YouTube, sometime in the Zoom movie or something, we'll watch Mac from Always Sunny in Philadelphia talks to, not Gentleman's Quarterly. What's the other? The fitness magazines. Men's Quarterly, Men's Health, I think. No, Esquire. One of them, he talks to them about how to lose weight. It's very funny. He's a super funny individual. So we'll watch that at some point. Well, we can't watch Fat Mac over this because we're broadcasting on YouTube right now, and we will get a copyright strike for that because we can't do the whole video, and we need to watch the whole video. It's very funny. So we'll do that. Mac and cheese, you need to avoid. No, it's fine. You have to control your portions. So you eat a little bit of it, and then see in 20 minutes, am I still hungry? And the answer is yes, you are. But don't eat anything else. But Mac does a wonderful how to lose weight thing and how to get back in shape because he went from mass to being really ripped. I am not going to get there to really ripped. But right now, at 172, I have like a 2.5 pack. I feel good about myself, actually. I'm not trying to brag. I'm just saying I'm pretty awesome. No, I like for the first time in forever, I'll walk past a mirror or past a window, like you're walking past a store window on the sidewalk or whatever. I was going to say mall. I haven't been in a mall in a year and a half. But you walk past some sort of reflecting surface, and I don't have the pouch going on anymore, which is great because I'm now no longer 5 months pregnant at all times. Lizzie is close to a Smith Brothers coffee. Are there any, no, Dutch Brothers coffee. Are there any Dutch Brothers up in Seattle yet? Anybody else have a favorite coffee? Yeah, you fill up on water so you're up multiple times a night going to the bathroom. Yeah, no, you don't have to be ripped. And I don't know that I'm going to be ripped. I just know that I'm in a much healthier position, a much healthier place than I was just a couple of months ago. Now, if I can do the same for, I need to do this in my life and stick to that plan, as long as it doesn't involve nachos, I think I can do it. I just need a shot. So the thing that I auditioned for, the network program that I auditioned for, what was it, back at the beginning of January? Whenever it was, up in Seattle, it's been canceled. So they're just not going to do the shoot. It was postponed for a while. It's been canceled, to update you guys on that one. No word from YouTube. I told you that, guys. Leslie said, are you on a veggie-based diet or what you want to eat or just watch portion control? Well, several things. Try and have a salad a day. I try not to eat breakfast until after I exercise, whether that's playing tennis or being on the elliptical for a little while or even just a walk, just getting your heart rate up. And I have my watch that tells me my heart rate, and I got that out off my cardiologist's recommendation. Actually, pretty much thanks to you guys, because you guys are doing most of my support right now, and I really appreciate that. But that way, if you can keep your pulse, for me, everybody's got a different pulse range. You guys that are female are going to have a different pulse range for me than I am. But starting at about 100 beats per minute, I start burning fat, and if I can keep it between about 100 and 119. And all you have to do is look online for what is my heart range, and there'll be all kinds of charts. You put your age in, etc. It'll tell you where you want to be in terms of heart. You don't have to have a fancy watch. There's some phones will take your pulse, etc. But you just kind of, when I'm exercising, I try and keep my pulse in that window between 100 and 119, so I'm burning as much fat as I possibly can. When you go from, for me, 120 to 135, 140, somewhere in that range, I'll burn about 50% fat and 50% carbohydrates. So that's using your carbohydrate energy, but you need to stay at it, basically. The longer you can stand it, this is what I've discovered. When I'm on the elliptical, if I turn up the tension and whatnot, it gets harder and harder. I just do it for less time. Just make it easy on yourself, but keep a pace up, like a treadmill or elliptical or whatever. Get one off Craigslist. They're out there. Hard to find, but they're out there. Don't spend $500 on one. Just get a used one. Or go out in your neighborhood and just go for a brisk walk. Get your heart rate up, but don't make it too difficult on yourself. When I get up to about 100, I can keep going as long as it's not a lot of tension, as long as I'm not climbing hills or doing that. Just like just a brisk walk, about this pace on the elliptical. For me, keeps the heart rate up just above 100. If you can stay in that target heart range, let me get my phone and I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about. If you can stay in that target heart range, you can really burn a lot. You get a lot more for your money in terms of your exercise time. And then I do it while I'm watching something, so I'm not thinking about it at all. Because if it was just me in a gym listening to music or whatever, all I would be thinking about is like, oh God, how many minutes is it now? Let's see, I checked at 45 minutes. It's got to be at least an hour by now, and it is 45 minutes and 12 seconds. I can't do it. So my watch talks to my phone. Here we go. So this is my heart rate on the elliptical yesterday, and I was trying to keep my range in a higher range that time. I was trying to go to aerobic activity. So you can see the low intensity down at the bottom there is 1.3%, doesn't even register, and then 102 to 118 beats per minute. That's the fat burning range. That's at about 18%, not bad. And then about almost 80% in aerobic. That's what I was going for yesterday. And the way to get into aerobic is, I should just do it like a live stream on this alone because this is a lot of information. In order to get into aerobic, which for me is 119 to 135 beats per minute, is what you have to do is just go for it. Just as fast as you can go. If you get your heart rate above that aerobic range into, in this case, I went to 146. Then when you let it fall down and you're taking it easier and not stressing yourself, it stays in that second zone, in that middle zone, in that aerobic zone. So that's the key right there. And then you keep that pace up and you keep checking your pulse. Now, you don't need a watch because a lot of ellipticals come with a heart rate measurer. And treadmills, etc., they have a heart rate measurer. Ellipticals are great. They're so easy on the knees. And it just kind of, because it's a round motion, it just kind of keeps pushing you. And if you get tired with your legs, just use your arms for a few swings, and that powers your legs as well. So you can go back and forth. The key is to keep the heart rate where you want to keep the heart rate. I'm not a doctor. Talk to your doctor. I talked to my cardiologist. I actually began the exercise program because I've done this before. I know how my body works. Do talk to your doctor if you are significantly overweight, especially if you're up into the obese range. I don't know where each of you are, but you're all perfect in your own way, and you're all beautiful, and everyone's perfect. And stay exactly the way you are and eat whatever you want. But I'd like you to be healthier if that's an option. So do talk to your doctor about that. When I talked to my cardiologist about it, she was thrilled. Because I'm the kind of guy, genetically speaking, my grandfather would call a taxi if he was having a heart attack instead of an ambulance because he didn't want to be a bother to the ambulance peoples, right? I don't want to bother anybody. So I was like, my cardiologist was checking in on me, doing my yearly visit over the phone. And she's like, is there anything else? I'm like, well, I wanted like da-da-da. And when I started talking, she was thrilled to talk to me. So if you're a doctor, if you have a doctor, God willing, if you don't, get on the Obama site and get yourself. In most states, except for Missouri just voted it down. No, Missouri voted it in, and the Republican Congress decided, no, we're not going to go with what the voters say. We're going to defy our own Constitution. That's another one. But you can do this, and you can start small. And when I was at 198 earlier this year, I thought I would never get to 190. I was like, well, if I really push myself. But once you get going with it and your body starts to get into better shape, it becomes easier and easier and easier. The tough part is not eating nachos at midnight. It really isn't. And if you're the kind of person that can't avoid temptation, get rid of the alcohol. Give it to a friend. That's just pure sugar. And I know, I get it. Get rid of it. The chocolate, don't have chocolate in your house. Because when it's 2 a.m., you're going to say, I deserve this. And you're going to go get that chocolate. Just get rid of all the temptation in your house if you can. You're eating nachos right now, Marcy. That's fine, because Marcy, where you are, is Hawaii. It's like 2 p.m, I think. That's happy hour. That's fine. Sugar, street tacos. Oh, God, you're going to make me so hungry. We shouldn't be talking about food right now. This is the wrong time to be talking about food. But what I'm saying is, if any of you out there if you do want to start working on it, and letting us know. Maybe we'll do like a separate live cast or something like that, and we'll check in with each other and we'll encourage each other to get going. Now that I'm down to 172, which is honestly, I didn't think I would get here. From 180 when I crossed the 180 barrier down to now, it feels like 10 years. I've averaged about two pounds per week, which is good, very good. I'm very happy with myself for that. But it just feels like it takes forever to get to each stepping stone. And the reason I thought I needed to get to 172 is because I thought that's where the BMI said, now you're not obese anymore. But it's actually 172 to 180, 179, right in that range. So I've been going down. Now my 25 and above with the BMI is overweight. Don't pay any attention to it though, because it doesn't take into account body mass or muscle mass and stuff like that. But anyway, if you guys are interested in doing that, maybe we'll just do this like we do after the credits. Or we'll set up, 3 times a week or whatever. Let me know. Go into the DMs or whatever on the chat room, and somebody can keep track of that. Marcy's really good at letting me know things that happen in the chat room. So if you guys are interested in doing that, I'm happy to, we can talk about it with each other and encourage each other. And I think that helps. At Random says, yeah, part of the crisis weight loss also is too much energy to burn, so I walk a ton. Yeah, At Random gets on her treadmill and just goes and goes and goes. And unless I'm very much mistaken, has a TV in her treadmill room and just distracts herself. If you're thinking about it, that's the thing that walking doesn't work too well for me. I used to go running with my dog. If you have a dog, that's very, very good for your exercise regimen because you'll do it for somebody else. Joanna says she's down. I do play Netsing with Joanna, and she weighs like 12 pounds. No, I'm joking. I will never comment on someone's weight. And we can all use a few pounds from time to time. So if Joanna wants to cooperate as well, we'll figure it out. We'll talk to each other. I played Netsing with Joanna and her brother this morning, and we had a great time. And he brought along his fiance, and she played with us. So we had a good game of doubles, and she was great. Brand new to tennis, had never played sort of an organized game before. This isn't like a match. It's just let's keep score, basically, instead of just hitting it across the net at each other. And she was wonderful, and we had a great time. And it was so great to be able to do that. So that was a lot of fun. Just shout out to Joanna's family and her soon-to-be sister-in-law, which is great. Joanna gave up sugar for New Year and now want to give up flour starting April 1st, which is terrible because Joanna used to bring all kinds of baked goods around. So that was nice. Like if you know Joanna, let's say you met her at the tennis courts or something like that, she would have some rugula. And very, very good. She's a wonderful bakeress. And the fact that she's now given up sugar and flour is terrible. Probably the main reason why I'm losing weight is that Joanna doesn't say, like, here's some pound cake. I don't know that she's ever given me pound. She makes a lot of cookies. A ton of cookies. She also makes cookies for our good friend Ben, who can't eat people food. He has a very restricted diet, and she makes cookies for him. And when she makes cookies for one person, she doesn't just make cookies for this person. She makes cookies for the neighborhood. Oh yeah, or you can talk on the phone while you're on there. So I did this. Can I tell you about it? Yeah, no one cares. Nobody's watching right now. I won't tell you why, but I heard about this product called the QB. I'll look it up right now, and we can. I don't know that this is any good for anyone. Let's go to the Amazons, or not. See if they sell them on the Amazons. This is an under desk elliptical. So there's different versions of this. I don't know. Wait, did that one actually have my scale on it? So okay, this is sponsored. Let's go to the Amazon Choice one. Yeah, so this is the Amazon Choice. This is $250 though. It's probably on Craigslist somewhere. At Random has thought about putting one under my desk. Yeah, just to get motion going. I don't know how well this works. But I'll tell you what, out of 9,200 ratings, it's got a 4.6. So I might do it. That being said, I have the luxury right now of being able to go and watch TV That being said, I could be working on a script and writing the elliptical, whatever. The big thing is, you gotta do it. That's the holdup on the weight loss thing. Now I'm super hungry again. Thanks, guys. You and your goddamn street tacos. I am 3 blocks at most from a street taco truck right now, Lizzie. I live in a Mexican neighborhood. And right next to where the Mexican neighborhood stops, it is an Asian neighborhood. So much good Asian food. So I'm in a danger zone. But yeah, street tacos. Near me, somebody remind me on a Tuesday to go check out Taco Tuesday. Tomorrow. Maybe I'll go. They have dollar street tacos right by the Plate Against Sports, which is perfect because I can go to the Plate Against Sports, find some used weights, and get my dollar street tacos. Same visit. Really, carbon neutral, right, guys? Isn't that the way it works? Eve says it has pedals. Oh, sorry, Eve, I lost you. Let me go back, see if I want to see your comment there. Eve says it has pedals. It's a cheapy one, but it's cool. Helps me when in the typing chair. Oh, so Eve, you have one of these. It works, yeah? You're happy with it? Eve has it. I use it. You use it. There you go. That's the key. That's the key right there. You got to do it. I'm an idea guy. I come up with all these great ideas. Came up with a great idea for an app today with Kevin Lee Daughter. I don't know if we're ever going to develop it. I always tell my son, like, hey, do this app, because he's a computer guy. Kevin Lee Daughter and I are going to start coding. I'm going to teach her how to code and see if I get back into it. Because let's be honest, kids, this whole YouTube, making money on YouTube thing is not working for me. When they demonetize you, it takes away the incentive. I should check just in case somebody has contributed something during this broadcast. I want to say, I got an audition. There you go. I have an audition. Let's see what this one is for. This came in at 8:08. Let me Arco. They want 3 takes of it. It is due by 3 p.m. Is it on camera? Okay, so I have an audition to do. That's kind of cool. And it is... Oh, it's a voiceover. Okay, easy peasy. Good. I was like, I got to set the camera up. I got to do all this other stuff. Hold on. I have to confirm it. But I don't see where I can confirm. What the hell? Hold on, guys. I want to confirm this right away because my agents will watch and see if I've confirmed it. Oh, no. This is a different one. Hold on. That's my voiceover agent. And I got another one here. Okay, hold on. Hold on, guys. I'm excited about this. Let's see what this other one is for. Let's see what this one is. Casting networks, okay. Oh, it's LA Casting. Hold on. These are some of the websites, and I don't know that I can tell you or not about this yet. Where's my alerts? Alerts. This is on. Oh. Guys, remember the audition that I got? Well, it sounded like they really wanted me to do it. I couldn't do it. We talked about it in the Friday movie. I just got another one of those. So, but I just got a voiceover audition, so that's very cool. So I'll do the voiceover audition. It's due tomorrow. Okay. So, thank you very much. Don't say best of luck. So let's look under the Underdesk Elliptical and see what else is out there in terms of new stuff. Because I'm cued into this right now. Underdesk Elliptical, so 131 and 169, 120. Let's do this, kids. Let's go to the Craigslist. Craigslist Los Angeles, it's a big one. We'll just do this and we'll do desk elliptical. Elliptical, yeah? 40 desk ellipticals for sale. $40, $100, $40, $65. 0, 0, 0, 0, a bunch of zeros. But a lot of times those zeros are just, I've got a bunch of stuff to sell, so you have to, same organization, at random. So apparently they like me. So $120, $50. There's all kinds of ellipticals out there. Here's one. Here's the QB. So this is the one we were just looking at that gets great ratings on Amazon. There's one in Long Beach for $120. So they're out there for a lot cheaper. My elliptical I picked up for $100. And I've seen ellipticals for as little as $75. At random, you picked up, didn't you? You picked it up from someone that you knew or used to work with or something. I forget the whole story behind it, but at random got a treadmill for like $20 or $25, whatever it was. At random, do you want to fill in the blank? I don't remember. It's not my story, so I don't know. Yeah, I might do some audiobooks. I'm actually looking into that. There is an avenue for doing that, but it takes like forever to get to the point where there's just so many people doing it that you can't charge a premium. Just take a walk. Eva's right. But you can't take a walk at your desk. You could do this. You could just be doing this at your desk all day. That one I would say get a little bit of attention. Get a little bit of tension on your QB Junior, and get your heart rate up. Treadmill for $25. They got another one and they didn't need to. So a lot of people have been getting new stuff during the pandemic. There's a lot of old stuff out there. At the first, there was a lot of stuff you couldn't get. Now, yeah, Lizzie, you're in Oregon, right? I don't know what your Craigslist is up there. Is it Portland? You're not close to Portland, are you? Let's look for Lizzie. Craigslist. We'll go to Craigslist. We'll go to okay. We'll go in a little bit more. Oh, there's multiple places in Oregon. What are we looking at there? Salem. So no, I don't want you to know my. So U.S. and we'll go to Oregon, Ohio, Oregon, Salem. Here we go. Oh, I wish I was driving up. I'm probably flying up after I'm fully vaccinated on the 20th or the 19th or something like that. You're 45 minutes from Portland. Worth a trip then. Lizzie, you drive and everything? Yeah, everything's good there. So let's look. Treadmill speed is glitchy and definitely not calibrated to the display, but walking an hour is walking an hour. Yeah, it is. And if you can get some kind of pulse meter. So you look at Salem. I'm going to look at Portland for you. And I'll just look up elliptical, because you don't necessarily need. Oh yeah, you've got all kinds of ellipticals there. Some of them more expensive. $1,600. You don't need that. And then the other thing what is the one? Now I want to show you this because I don't know how dedicated you are to this, but there was one that you get a free elliptical when I was repairing my elliptical. I came across this. I think it's ifit.com. Let's look. So it's personal training, and you get a free elliptical with it. Hold on. And they do the classes and everything. It's some people are really motivated by that. Hold on, because there was one of these things. I don't know if it was iFit or if it was a special or whatever. Classes, free for 30 days, available. Okay, so this is available on a bunch of different ones. I don't know anything about iFit. I'm not endorsing it. But hold on a second here. Free elliptical and Nordstrom free fitness equipment with $39 family membership on. Yeah, iFit. Okay, so if you get a three-year iFit membership at $40 a month, your decision. I'm not endorsing this in any way. You get a free treadmill. So you get a treadmill or an elliptical or a studio bike, some kind of stair climber. I hate those. I cannot. I'm not only not endorsing them, I'm endorsing against them. That is Satan's staircase right there. I hate that. Now you have to commit to. So you're committing to $1,400, which is your stimulus check, really. But avoid your stair climber. I just can't. But, a lot of people love the studio bike. If your knees are in good shape, studio bike's great. Again, I like the elliptical because I can do it with my legs, and then I can alternate with my arms, and I give my legs a rest. Then I go back to my legs. That's the benefit of that. But whatever works for you. I don't know because I don't know if women are that into ellipticals. I don't know. Guys, tell me, is that the same deal? I know men have much more upper body strength than women, but you guys can also like hold books out for hours. So I don't know. Is there any feedback on ellipticals from you guys? Your sugar daddy is Joe Biden, Lizzie. Get that stimulus check. You need a sugar daddy. Just here's your deal. Find someone to date who has an elliptical. Or a rowing machine. Knees are bad? Yeah. Ellipticals are often low impact, easy on the joints. That's why I like the ellipticals, because it's really easy on the joints. How do your joints do with the treadmill there at random? Swimming and elliptical? Good stuff. I don't know if... I think there's like 3 of us left here. Are there many people still... 12 of you watching still. Good. So, and we're just... if you're just joining the broadcast, if you're watching at this point, we're just talking about getting in shape and losing weight and stuff like that. But again, everyone's perfect just the way they are. But that being said, if you want to, we'll encourage each other. We'll do that. We'll work together. I think... Are you guys quite delayed? I don't know. At random, how does the treadmill do on your joints? I know you're almost 50. Same as walking, unless the speed suddenly changes, then I have to adjust. Oh, so the speed on your elliptical just changes on a moment's notice. What I'm hoping is that Rusty likes the treadmill. Because there are dogs who just, you've seen it on YouTube, etc. There are dogs that just love treadmill. So if you've got the funds and whatever and you want yourself a brand new fancy elliptical, iFit is, but again, Craigslist. Let's see. Elliptical machines at Dick's Sporting Goods up to 50% off. Let's just see what they've got in terms of elliptical. Built-in speakers. That's a little much. Here, let's go to price and see what comes up. $50 to $100. Okay, so they have a compact strutter, but you have to stand on it. But that might work. I would fall off that on a regular basis, especially because I like to drink while I'm doing it. Joanna says, I'm busy spackling and packing books and moving furniture. Exercise, that is exercise. At Random says, walking is okay on joints on the treadmill, not as good as elliptical, but way better than running. It is. Tracy says, ditto to Lizzie. Lizzie was saying, I'm just lonely and watching. Oh, guys. I wish I could share the hockey game with you guys. I wish can I? Not really. You guys no one's interested in watching hockey with me. But I could do a Zoom thing. If you guys are do you guys want to become hockey fans? We can watch hockey together over the Zoom if you want. Trying to think if it's possible. It's possible. We could make it work. I don't know if anyone's interested. But I like to jump around when I'm watching hockey, and then I'll pause it. It's too much hassle. So screw you guys. I'm going home. So price 50 to 100. Let's make the price bigger there. These are for new. Let's see if there's like a low cost option there that makes any sense for anybody. In store pickup, top sellers. No, let's go price low to high. Oh, you know what? But we'll check out Dick's. So the Body Rider elliptical trainer. Look at that right there. $209, guys. Let's see if there's a rating on that. 249. So 209 for a new machine. It gets 3.7 stars. That's not fantastic. Let's just see. Amazon's going to be so much more, right? Because they have to ship it to you. What else? Oh yeah, Sideline Sports. So Sideline Swap is sort of an eBay. Oh, eBay is another place to look besides Craigslist, and you do local pickup. eBay, and let's see if they've got ellipticals there. Let's just go to elliptical on there, and they don't. Oh, here we go. $1,700. No. Did I spell elliptical correctly? I think I did. Let's just go treadmill. So Sideline Swap doesn't look like it's really an option for this stuff. So ignore that. But if you go to eBay's, what you can do is you go elliptical. fitness, running, yoga equipment, etc. And then you go down, there's options for where it is, and you would choose used, and you would go to, you can go price, etc. And then you can go within a certain number of miles. So if you wanted to, you could go within 100 miles of 91780, wherever that is. And these are all sponsored. Those are all sponsored. So there's one for $600. 850. I thought it was $85. 750, 800. Okay, none of these are all like fancy ones. You don't need a fancy one. You just need one that has the heart rate monitor. 79, is that a... So this is a compact one. There's 79. Yeah, this is one of the ones that just sits on the ground for $79. Oh, so we can go up here. We can also choose price range and see what we have. Home use, commercial use. Okay. Let's see. Under $750. Let's choose that one. That's a default for 600, 750, 550, 149. But that's just the console. Ignore that. A folding cycle. Oh yeah, if you have a bicycle, they have things for your front wheel that you just put your wheel in it, and then you use your regular bicycle as if it's a stationary bike. And those are about $80. They're pretty cool. And then it's just a lot of consoles and stuff. So eBay doesn't look like the greatest for that right now. Then if you want a lot of your, if you have an exercise place in your hometown, like I know in Seattle, one of the, is it Proform or something like that? They have an outlet or a factory there. A lot of those places will have demos, etc., that you can get for a cheap price. It's called a trainer. I don't know what a trainer is. Wednesday. Rusty comes on Wednesday. Let's go to Rusty. Boop. There he is. This guy's going to get there Wednesday. I bet his fur is like grown back as well. That's what I'm hoping. So excited for you. Dogs are so great. At Random, you've never had a dog? Is that what you're telling us? Oh, I'm going to be too tired to ellipticosize. Got about 4.5 hours sleep last night. Oh, trainer? It's called a bicycle trainer? You put you put your bicycle on. Okay, good. I just want confirmation. I don't know, at Random slow tonight. I don't know if you're alive or what, but yeah, actually they sent me the pic from during the transport today, and the fur has grown back quite a bit. Okay. Your dog Penny got stung by something at work. Don't. Poor dog. What did I ask? I asked, this is your first dog, right? You've never had a dog before. So this is going to be an adventure. The chat is slow to post. You're right. I'm watching the YouTube chat, so I'm seeing the before it populates in the screen here. Oh, poor dog. Got stung and its lip was all swollen and eye. Correct. This is the first dog, so that's something to look forward to. We'll talk tomorrow, guys. Oh yeah, Kevin Lee daughter wanted to go to San Diego tomorrow, but we can't because now she's working on a show that you guys probably know and enjoy. That. By the way, oh, okay, hold on. She just sent another pic. This is Rusty today. I don't see it. Did you send it in the where did you? I sent new pic to DM. I'm not seeing it. Hold on. Do I have to refresh? I see they're the best in heart. That's the end of what I'm seeing. Oh, now is it refreshing? I'm not seeing it at Random. Let's see. Did you send it some other way? I don't know. Wait, about to. Oh, you're about to. Okay, well, hurry up then. My God, I want to end this thing before the Oilers score is ruined for me. Not even the judges are here to keep me company anymore. We're just waiting on at Random to send that picture. Waiting, keep the people waiting. Waiting. Come on, at Random. All right. If it's on your phone, just use the Twitter on your phone and DM it there. Lizzie sent a picture. Here we go. Oh no, poor Penny. So sad. Oh my goodness. Look at a dog. Oh dear. So sad. Oh. I like that collar though. So pretty. So pretty. Let's go back. Oh, here we go. New photo. Oh, there he is. There's a good boy. Here he is. Look at that guy. So happers. So happy bappies. Yeah. Oh, that's a good note to end on. That's a wonderful note to end on. All right, guys. I think that's going to do it for the broadcast. We'll fade to black here. Zoom in so you can see his leg. I don't know. Not sure that I can. Hold on. I'll try and zoom in. I can't really zoom in. Hold on. Can I do this? Oh, you know what I can do? I can zoom in on that web page over here. Hold on. Here it comes. Zoom. Plus. This is now at 400%. That's as big as it's gonna get. There's good old Rusky with that floppy ear. Oh my God, I love that floppy ear. All right, everybody, I can't fade to black with this software. I haven't set that up. So what I want you to do is just take your hand and slowly put it over your eyes so that you're fading to black. We'll end the broadcast with Rusty, and we'll probably see you tomorrow. Thanks for watching, everybody. I am your Heavenly Father, and you honor me.